G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to have a look at this new drone that's been released on Banggood. This is called the S188 GPS, Intelligent Unmanned Aerial Vehicle. And on this side of the box it says brushless motors, easy to master, easy to fly. And that's what we like to hear, especially if you're new to drone flying. You want a drone that will be easy to fly. For sure. So this one's got a few features. As you can see on the box, it says it's got COD LED lights, a large capacity battery, flight trajectory, so in other words, waypoint mission, return to home, adjustable camera 180 degrees. So this one actually can go all the way up and all the way down. We don't usually see that on many drones. GPS, optical flow positioning sensor on the bottom, and it says obstacle avoidance function as well. Alright guys, so let's get this out of the box, have a quick look at what we get with the S88 GPS drone, and then we'll take it for a fly. Alright guys, I got it out of the box, and as you can see, once again we get a neat carry case to store this drone and accessories in. On the front here we can see a sticker here with a couple of QR codes. One's in Chinese there, but this one on the right says the S188 English video tutorial. Scan the code. So I think this one will definitely take you to some sort of how to fly tutorial of this particular drone if you want to have a look at that. Pretty sturdy case here, decent size, pretty deep. And here's all the accessories and the drone, guys. So let's have a look at the accessories first. Now we have a charging cable here. You can see it's actually got two different connectors on one end. We've got a C-type as well as a micro USB. Now the micro USB one is to charge up the transmitter, and the C-type is to charge up the battery, which is good. I'm glad to see that for the battery, because it means the battery should charge up a bit quicker than using a standard micro USB. And then we've got the Type A on the other side, of course. Got some extra props here, looks like a full set, which is good to see. We've got a screwdriver there, Phillips head. I'm not going to take them out, and I can see some screws here as well. Documentation here, so we've got the RX Drone GPS app, leaflet. That's pretty much all the options of the app. There's quite a few there, as you can see. We'll fold it out. There's the outlay of the app, and of course the QR codes. If you want to scan the QR code, or just look up RX Drone on Google Play or the App Store and download it that way. Onto the user manual here. It looks like it's both in Chinese. The first half is Chinese, but if we flick through, we should get to the English manual here. As you can see, the back half of the book. So everything you need to know is in here, guys. A bit of a checklist of what you get. Here is the functions of the transmitter, how to charge it up. So yeah, everything you need to know. Flick through this book, have a quick read, especially if you're new to flying drones. Right, so we just talked about the transmitter, so let's have a quick look at it now. As you can see, it is clearly labeled, which is always good to see on these toy grade drones. Got our on and off button here. As you can see, it's turned on. Got a GPS on and off button here, so if you're flying, usually these drones are default in GPS mode, but if you want to turn that off and just fly around with no GPS assistance, you can do so by pressing that button there, and it'll be in altitude hold mode. We've got our home return button, which is very important, especially if you're a new flyer. You might lose orientation if you fly out a couple of 100 meters or so. You don't know which way the drone's facing, just hit that button and it'll come back straight away and land at your feet pretty much. We'll test that out when I fly it. Now we've got a padlock icon here, which is the unlock motor button. Okay, just above it we've got our gyroscope calibration, so it's advised that you do that on a flat level surface before taking off. It'll reset the gyros. And over here we've got like a compass here, which is your compass calibration, which you should do every flight, well, before you take off, especially with these toy grade drones. You just press that button before you take off, and you'll do a couple of spins with the drone. I'll show you when we go and fly it. Basically a compass dance, they call it, and then the compass will be calibrated. That will allow the drone to gain the home point accurately, as well as the GPS coordinates as you're flying. On the top here we have our photo and video button. We got a scroll wheel here, left and right, okay, for your speeds. Believe this has got two speeds, high and low. It might have a third rate, I'm not too sure, but there's a plus and minus there. On this side, we've got another wheel for the up and down tilt for the camera. And this last button here is for headless mode, which really, you don't really need it on a GPS drone because you've got the GPS home return, but it's there if you want to play around with it, all right? Now, the good thing about this drone is that usually these antennas are fake. This one actually has a real antenna in it, a real wire in it, so that's good to see. So, yep, we've got a real antenna. On the back here, we've got these swing out arms, give you a better grip of the transmitter. Very smooth gimbal sticks here. This transmitter has been used on the LYZ RC drones many times, so I'm pretty used to it. And we've got our phone clip here, which is spring loaded. And if I turn it on here, see the LCD screen with all the telemetry there, all the telemetry data. As you can see, you've got your height and distance on the bottom, GPS on and off when you hit the GPS button there. And we've got mode 1, mode 2, low speed, high speed rates. On the top left hand corner, we've got our signal strength. Right beside that, we've got our GPS count. It says 18 at the moment, but the drone's not turned on. We've got our battery indicators. We've got our photo and video icons, and we've even got the home return and headless mode icons there when you've got those modes active. All right, so pretty neat transmitter. Now this one doesn't take any batteries. As you can see, there's no battery bay for AA or AAA batteries. That's because we've got a 3.7 volt one cell LiPo in there, 500 milliamp hours. And from memory, these transmitters actually last about 3 or 4 flights before you have to actually charge them up again. So yeah, pretty decent life out of the battery for each charge. All right, so onto the S188 GPS drone itself. As you can see, it's rather unique design. It's not your standard drone here. We've got our legs on the bottom, which actually fold out like that. And you can see the props and motors are upside down. They're all actually on the bottom, not the top of the arms. So that's pretty cool. Got the camera here. I'll just peel that off. Now they state that this camera is a 720p HD camera. All right, now it looks like it's got 3 lenses, but those 2 on the left are just dummy cameras there, false ones. We've only really got 1 camera, but they've tried to make it look like it's got 3 lenses. There's also the optical flow camera on the bottom too. I believe this is supposed to be, by looking at the specs online, 720p as well, okay? Now this does have obstacle avoidance sensors all the way around. As you can see, there's an infrared sensor on the front, the sides, both sides, and also on the rear. And I think this dome on the bottom here is also an infrared sensor as well. Looks like we've got some LED lights there facing downwards, so that's pretty cool, especially night flying. It's also got some really short landing gears here on the back, and also little tabs on the front, so it allows it to take off from the ground, elevate those propellers from hitting the ground as well, okay? Onto the camera again, this actually tilts up and down, so that's where they get the 180 degrees from. So it's going to be interesting, guys. It says powered off a servo, and we'll just control it from that dial on the right hand side of the controller that I just showed you on the transmitter. All right, but yeah, pretty cool looking drone. There's definitely nothing on the market that looks like this so far. It just says S188. Got the power button on the top and drone, so quite a few LEDs, and there's some LEDs on the arms here too. So let's power this on. There we go. I've already charged this battery up, so it's good to go. So as you can see, we've got LED headlights, okay, and on the bottom we got red on the back and green on the front, and those blue lights on the bottom. That looks really cool, guys. So not a bad looking drone, very unique. So let's just turn that off. I'll quickly show you the battery. On the back here, got a modular battery. Now this is actually a 2S battery in this casing. There's the C-type charger port to charge it up, all right? And what this is a 1600 milliamp hour, 7.4 volt 2S LiPo battery inside. Even though it says lithium ion, to me it looks like a LiPo pack in there. And they state a couple of different times on the Banggood listing, which I found odd. One of them said 16 to 18 minutes. Then further down the page it said 20 minutes on one of the photos, I think, of the drone. And then further down the page it said 25 minutes, but being that it's the 1600 milliamp hour, I'm sort of thinking that it's going to be on the lower end, maybe 14 minutes. I'm just guessing. I'll definitely get a flight time when I have a chance to test this out, which will be coming up at the end of this video. But yeah, I think we're going to get around a bit over 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes at the most, not 20 to 25 minutes. That seems a bit too extreme, but you know, it's very common for them to exaggerate the actual flight times on all these listings of these cheap drones. Okay, now obviously last but not least, we have a second battery here, which I'm not going to bother taking out, but you can get this in the 2 battery package or 1 battery package. Obviously we've got 2 batteries, so yeah, better value for money to get the 2 battery option. So anyway guys, that's the rundown of the S188 GPS drone. All that's left is to take it out to the field. This does have all the functions that you expect from a GPS drone. So it's got smart follow, also orbit mode and waypoints. I'll try to get to them options when we test out the drone. And yeah, they'll be coming up next, guys. So, well, we're at the field. We're going to take the S188 GPS drone for a flight. Now I've got a screen recording going. So what we're going to do first is we'll go into the settings. And there's some control modes there. Okay, now this does have a 720p camera. I'll just leave it on 1080p. All right, we'll get out of that. We'll go into the play option there. And as you can see, we've got the actual camera live feed. So let me just adjust this camera. Let me just show you this camera. It goes all the way up and then all the way down. Haven't seen that on a drone like at this price range. Reminds me of, I think, the Parrot and Arfie. Now this is going to be my landing point. I didn't bring my helipad with me, but I actually found this hoop. So I'll put it in the center there. Came in handy, it was just laying around here on the grass. So let's first, we'll have to do a compass calibration, as well as we might as well do a accelerometer calibration. So we'll go into the calibration menu here. We'll go for the accelerometer first. Compass calibration. Heard one beep there. And then it wants me to spin it again. The second beep there. Okay. So that's done. Get out of that. Okay, I'll just raise the camera a bit. Alright. So it says connect succeeded, and we're basically ready to fly, guys. So unlock the motors. Let's put it up in the air. Okay, we'll just let it sit there for a while. What I might do is start a recording here. I'll use the button on the transmitter. Hold it down, it should be recording. Okay, I've decided to do it from the actual app because I couldn't see the number, the actual counter, but now we can see that it's recording. All right, so there it is there, guys. The 720p camera doesn't look too bad, actually. It's not too bad. Let me get into the light a bit here. Not too bad. All right, let's send it up and out. We're in rate 1, going to rate 3. All right. Okay, so we'll send it out a little bit further down. And it's saying we're 230 meters away at this distance, so I'll just do a slow pan. And this RX drone app is breaking up, as you can see. Fortunately, there's no SD card on this drone, so we're just stuck with what we can see on the app. All right, I'll raise it up. You can see me there in the distance. I'm waving. Alright, so let's bring it back, do a home return test, see if it will land close to that little hoop here on the grass. It's raising up. Can I control the camera while it's coming back? Yeah, I can. I've tilted it down. I'll tilt it all the way down. And it's quite a fair distance away from where we took off from. So I'm going to get out of that. Came backwards actually. So what I might do, I'll do another quick test. We'll do another home return test in a second, but first what I want to do, it is still recording, try the follow function, see if they work. Alright, so we'll just let it sit there. Okay, so we'll go into the drone icon at the top of the screen here, at the fourth icon across, and we'll try the follow option. Now it says GPS follow, body follow, face and palm. Let's try GPS follow. Saying no drone position was obtained, which is rather odd, because I've got the actual maps up on the screen here too, on the app. Let's try body follow then. Okay, so we can see there's a green box around me. Is it gonna follow me though? Doesn't look like it, guys. It doesn't seem like the follow function works. Maybe we have to be a bit higher and a bit further away. Let's see. It doesn't seem to be working. It's actually lost me on the green box there. Okay, let's try the circle mode. Okay, so it's just brought up the map here. Let's see if we'll do the circle mode. Do I have to give it an input? Okay, so it's got an airplane here, start surround. Okay, let's see. I press start surround and it doesn't seem to be doing anything, guys. Not too sure why. Stop surround, let's try that again. Start surround. Do I have to press the arrow as well? They're highlighted. It doesn't seem to be working. All right. What's this target do? All right, that just zooms in and out. All right, so that doesn't work either. I'm surprised. Does fly nice though. Pretty nimble little drone. Let's try the waypoints then. So we'll bring it towards the center of this field. That's a shame. So far none of the features have worked. Alright, let's try a waypoint. Can we zoom into the map here? Okay, so I've pressed the waypoint. Let's do it over there and start. Okay, well, these features are proving not to be working today. Alright, what's this say? Height 10 meters, alright. Maybe I had to press Yeah, I'm just pressing these icons here and nothing's happening. Current height, yeah, I'll leave that the way it is. Return. And nothing's happening. So far, I'm a little bit disappointed. None of these features seem to have worked so far. Go to multi-point. See what happens there. Multi-point. No, I'm tapping the screen, nothing's happening. And I've been kicked out of the app. Okay. So there must be an issue with this app. I'm going to go straight back into it. GPS located now, alright. So it said before that the GPS was not located. Let's try the follow again. When I attempted the follow me function before, it's saying it's located now, so theoretically it should work. No drone position was obtained. So yeah, there's something wrong with this app, I think, guys. I'm going to try the body follow once again, and we'll see if we can do that. Alright, I'll give it one last attempt. And it's not doing anything, as you can see. Walking left to right. No? Alright. Okay, so we won't bother with any of those functions, guys. We've got switchable camera here. So if I press that, I maybe have to get out of follow. Alright. Now we've got switchable camera here, which will show the bottom camera, as you can see. Looks a bit lower quality than the front one. It's there. We'll get out of that. And there's some other features here too on the app. 180 flip. I think that just flips the screen around. Yep, upside down. We don't want that. What I don't like about this menu is that you have to keep tapping the icon and come back out of it again. It doesn't let you stay in this menu here, you know, so that's a bit, yeah, I don't really like that about the app. There's the VR setting if you're wearing goggles. See, I have to go back in and out all the time. So anyway, guys, yeah, unfortunately, doesn't seem like today that this RX drone app is cooperating. I'm not too sure if other guys have had issues with the app, but it doesn't seem like any of these functions work. I have used this app before, RX Drone. I remember, oh, quite a while ago now, I remember having a few issues with it as well. As you can see, it's breaking up quite a bit. I'm not that far away. Saying I'm only 80 meters away. The camera quality doesn't look too bad for 720p. So we'll just fly around here. Now this does have a real antenna wire on one of these antennas that you fold out. And they do claim that this has got a pretty decent range, like I mentioned earlier in the video. Just cruise around here. Is there any telemetry for the battery here? I can't really see anything on the screen as far as battery indicator, but it's flying quite well. It's a shame that I couldn't get any of the smart features to work. A little bit disappointed about that, because I actually preloaded the Google Maps out here for this sports field. As you can see, it's on the bottom right hand of the screen. I thought all the functions would work, especially waypoints as well. And it's pretty quick in third rate. What I might do while I'm up here, I'll take a couple of photos. See how the photos turn out. I might do it with the transmitter, see if it works that way. I'm not too sure if it's working at the moment. Yeah, it looks like it is working. So as you can see, there's no stability on the camera. It is what it is. It does bob around and shake around. There's no real stability at all. That's to be expected for a cheap drone. Let's head on over there and we'll do another bit of a range test slash return to home. Saying I'm out at about a quarter of a mile now. Saying I'm out at 600 meters on the telemetry, which it's possible. I mean, I'm way out there. The drone is way out there, but I'm not too sure if this has been exaggerated like many of these cheap drones. It's possible that it is, but it's a fair distance out there. It's coming back pretty quickly. Now that indicates that I think it's going to LVC mode here. Yeah, the battery indicator on the transmitter is showing that it's LVC mode. All right. So it's flying back to that position there. Now I think what has happened, I did press the GPS off and on button right about that place, so that's what I think has happened there. It's taken the home point from there rather than from this hoop. Let's bring it back here. I'll see if I can do a quick return to home test. I'll land it. I'll try to do another real quick return to home test taking off from here. Let's do a quick return to home test. We'll see if it's got a geofence. Alright, so that's the geofence. Won't let me go any further. Alright, let's try return to home. It's gonna come back. We'll see how accurate it is now. Okay, she's swaying around a bit. Secondary low power. And it's saying low power alarm on the bottom hand of the bottom corner of the screen there. See where it lands. Now it looks like this video's been going for around 15 minutes so far. Just landed in the grass there. Alright guys, that'll be the flight time on this initial flight of the S188 drone here. Now yeah, it flies really good, but it's a shame that the RX drone app, the features didn't work. None of the follow me functions worked. which I was pretty surprised. I thought the GPS follow would actually work. And, you know, then I tried the body follow and that never worked either. So there's a couple more options there. Palm follow, which I'm not really interested in, as well as there was another option, face follow as well. And I highly doubt they would work. Yeah, the orbit, I couldn't get that to work either. So I think there's an issue with the actual RX Drone app more than anything. It needs a bit of work done to it to make those functions work properly. But overall, not a bad little beginner fly here. It is unique in its design. That it's got the foldable legs that fold down with the downward facing motors and props. That's for sure. It's we haven't seen anything like it before in the cheap drone market. It seems like it's got pretty decent distance. Like I took it over into that other field just then, as you saw, and I was fair way out there. It seemed at least a quarter of a mile. So I have got a second battery with this drone. It's not fully charged up today, but I think I might actually try out the actual range on this in another video. So stick around and wait for that video. On the next fine day, I'll get out and we'll have a look at what sort of range we can get out of this little drone. See if it's in fact what it claims to be. I think they claimed 1 or 2 kilometers with this one. I'm not too sure if we'll get that far, but we'll see what happens, guys. All right. So anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And yeah, it's a pity once again that some of the functions didn't work, but overall it flies pretty good for a cheap beginner's drone. I'll leave links in the description below. You can check it out for yourself. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.
Yo, birds, west stars flying high in the skies, reviewing them drones, taking off no surprise. DJ out the hubs and got that gear on lock. FPV flights make the block tick tock. Unboxing new tech, gotta flex that swag. Propellers spin fast, hit the